Hello. It's a brew day. It's in July, which is rare for me because normally it's super hot outside, but I got lucky today. It's cloudy, about 72 degrees right now, so we're gonna knock out a Belgian Dubbel. One of my favorite styles. I may have talked about it in the past, probably have. One of the first, I think it was the first Belgian ale that I had, and just kind of opened my eyes to what beer can be. So anyway, we're warming up our strike water, recirculating some hot water through the pumps, just kind of sanitize everything. Gonna get the grains in here in just a little bit and get mashed in and start the process. See you shortly. All right, I've gotten mashed in for about an hour, which it doesn't really take quite that long, but I use that time to grab a little bit of lunch before I get out here and finish off. So anyway, we're going to boil off, kind of recirculate and sparge with our sparge water to bring the brew up to the right water volume quantity before we start boiling. That's going to take an hour. As always, we'll do a initial hop. We'll toss hops in. I'm struggling here to find the right words, but we're going to put hops in the hop spider at about 60 minutes, and then we're going to do the second one with about 10 minutes to go. The first one's for bittering, as I've discussed before, and the second one is for flavor and aroma. With Belgian ales, hops aren't really, they're important, they matter, but particularly the way I like to brew Belgian ales, they are definitely in the background. They're more of a dressing, for lack of a better term. Not something that I like to focus on. I like to focus on the malt, but especially the yeast. So anyway, that's a Belgian ale. I know I've talked about that before. So we're going to start that process and check back in shortly. All right, we're boiling. Probably got about 35 or 40 minutes to go. I've already put the first hop addition in to get our bittering notes that we need for the beer. Coming up here pretty soon will be the second addition, of course, and also some Belgian candy syrup. I've talked about this before, but depending on the style, or almost always with Belgian ales, you're going to dry it out some way, and some type of sugar, whether it's candy syrup or rock candy, or even, I mean, you can even use brown sugar, white sugar, sugar, which I guess is the same thing as white sugar. So anyway, we're drying it out. We're using basically a pound. Is whether it's liquid or crystals or rock candies, they kind of look as like pounds, and I kind of consider that to be similar to a pound of malt as far as the additional ABV that you will get from that. But with the Belgian candy syrup, you also get some nice flavors, dark fruits, a rich, deep, not molasses, because you really don't want that in a Belgian ale, in my opinion. You know, you could use that in an imperial stout, some sort of stout. Molasses is fine. It's not the end of the world, as long as you get the rich notes that you're looking for in your final product. So we'll get back in a little bit. Of course, we're going to take a gravity reading at the end, kind of see where we're at. We're shooting for 1.070 to try to have a 7.5% beer maybe. Could be 6.5, depending on how much it actually dries out. The yeast has a pretty large role to play there, of course. The largest role, in fact. See you shortly. All right, so we have wrapped it up. Took a original gravity reading, which I meant to film that, but I'm sure you've seen that before if you've seen my brewing videos. I apologize. That's part of it. Gives you an idea of where your beer is going to end up. I did end up adding a little bit more water to it because I mashed in a little lower than normal. It was around 148, which will give me easily fermentable sugars. The candy syrup that I put in there is also easily fermentable. So we're going to end up with, if it dries out to the FG, final gravity, if it dries out to 1.010, we're going to have a 7% double. I'm hoping it goes a little lower than that. I would just prefer it to be drier. We'll see. The yeast is going to do what it's going to do. So we'll end up probably between 7.5%, probably closer to 7.5 if I had to guess. This yeast should do a pretty good job. So anyway, that's wrapping up the Belgian Double Brew Day. Oh, I actually forgot to mention, I had the 6 beers in that national competition, and only one of them qualified for the finals, which was in, gosh, it's already been a month, maybe a little over a month, in Asheville. I did not medal in Asheville. I don't brew the style, and I kind of got dinged on that because of the hop bitterness. Like I was mentioning earlier, I don't like pronounced hop bitterness, especially in Belgian ales. So I got dinged there, but it's okay. I mean, a silver medal regionally is good. I'm kind of surprised at that, really, but it's a great beer either way. Everybody that tries it likes it. It leans more toward wine, which most of mine do, and you really can't get that without, or if you have high hop bitterness. So that's part of the reason that I kind of stay away from the bitterness. I let the malt shine, but especially the yeast, but particularly the malt too. And I let the hops, like I said, they're dressing. I mean, you get a lot of flavors from hops, and I just don't want the extreme bitterness, or even, I don't even want moderate bitterness. It's just more on the low end. So probably rambling here about that, but anyway, I meant to share that a while back, and yeah, we'll keep you updated on this double coming up in about probably 2 weeks, assuming I can transfer this one to secondary. This one meaning the double that I just brewed, in less than 2 weeks, which might be pushing it, but I'm hoping to do that. It's going to be a blonde barley wine. I've never done a blonde barley wine. They've always been on the dark side, but I've had blonde barley wines in the last couple of years, and have been extremely impressed by them. Their character. It's like white grape, toffee, very, very nice. Typically dry, which, you know, darker barley wines aren't usually that dry. So I'm really looking forward to getting into some drying one of these out and seeing where it ends up. As always, thanks for watching, and watching. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe.